After the draw is the main event at the Australian Open, and in Africa, it's all about the biggest African football competition, the African Cup of Nations, kickstarting today. With Ivory Coast, the host nation, against Guinea-Bissau. The Super Eagles of Nigeria now full complement of their player except Terry Murphy, as Paul Onuachu and Kelechi Iheanacho return to the team. All this and many more in today's edition on Sportline. I am Olujimi Dare-Ogun. Between all of this, we promise to take you to your destination in style, giving you the latest traffic updates within the metropolis. Is with me in the studio. He won't be working alone today because we are both Super Eagles fans. We are going to be looking at everything: the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the African Cup of Nations, chances, and what we need to do to win the Nations Cup. In all, we are in all of the challenges the nations of the Super Eagles of Nigeria are going through at the moment. The biggest games as well in Europe, we will be talking about them. Chelsea, Cole Palmer with the only goal from the center spot to give them the win. After the breather, we do a bit of traffic updates, and then I'll be unveiling the man himself, the never walk alone man.
Yeah, I'm Victor the Viper. I just want to advise you to leave sooner, drive slower, and live long. This is Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Be safe.
Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 traffic update from Ojo Yanoba. On Lagos Badagry Expressway, movement is good. It's in good shape from Adara Custom Checkpoint down to Yanoira. Yano Shashi is good to go at the moment. There is appreciable movement from Afromedia to Yanoiba on both the AGS service lane and the main carriageway. On ascending Yanoiba Bridge, inward mile 2, movement is looking good, likewise underneath the bridge. Movement is in good shape from Vaux down to Barracks on both the service lane and the main carriageway. Movement is looking good from Trade Fair underneath the bridge to Abule Ado on both service lane and the main carriageway. On the return journey, movement is equally looking good from Abule Ado, while movement is also equally looking good from Abule Ado. Lasu Iba movement is looking good from Yanoiba U-turn to First Gate as well. And Yano School is looking good at the moment. Iba Junction to Abule Ado is also good to go. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Agege Pen Cinema updates. Obakran, inward Mobi, Ashade connecting Akolo down to marketing is good. Akilo Rada, Odwero, inward Oba Ogunji down to Pen Cinema Bridge underneath the bridge is also good to go. 9-cell inward Abattoir. Nothing to worry about for now. Okay, Koto inward Shofunde down to Adotikuyo is in good shape. Guinness inward Akone Dorati down to Magoro Ashade, no cause for alarm. Capital Oniwaya Afanla, all looking good for now. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Still Sportline on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1, and we are talking on the first time of the show. We are discussing everything Nations Cup, what to expect, teams you feel will give the title a push. We're also going to look at the dark horses, and then we will probably look at the passers-by as well. And 24 teams, 52 games. Super Eagles of Nigeria hoping to win this for the fourth time. We also have the Senegalese, the defending champion. And I have with me to talk about this, with me today on the show is Dare Johnson. Dare, how are you doing?
I do well, Jimmy. It's good to be here. Nations Cup is here, and the Super Eagles, of course, tomorrow, and everyone will be looking forward to it. But I would really want to think about how Jose Pesero will be able to manage these players. I mean, now that his plan would have changed, this due to the injury crisis for about 2-3 players in the team that needs replacement. Maybe the tactics will need to change. Maybe his plans, his philosophy will be affected. That is really what I'm looking at, and how he's going to cope. Because even when the players are fit and no injuries, we still don't get the desired result. But as it is, we have a game tomorrow. By now, the game tomorrow would have ended between Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah,
what is his plan? That's my concern.
Yes, I also think that Jose Pesero's plan in recent matches have not been clear enough. Why? Because in some games you struggle to understand this plan. Today he's playing a 4-3-3 formation. Tomorrow he's playing a 4-4-2 formation, and most of the time, most of this approach mostly leave our talisman a bit isolated. Maybe the qualifiers are different. I mean, in 2023, Nigeria only won a game all through. I don't know the kind of plan you have if in a whole year you could only win a game. It brings the question of can Nigeria go far? I don't want to say can Nigeria win the tournament now. I want to say can Nigeria go far this tournament? Do you see Nigeria getting to the semi-final or at least the quarter-final at the African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire?
This is serious business. It's serious business, and the thing I'm most concerned about is whether or not Jose Pesero has a hidden plan for the Super Eagles, because based on what we have seen from the very first game, the friendly match that Nigeria played under Jose Pesero, it was obvious that this man, the guy, was going anywhere. But maybe, just maybe, he has a plan that is not known to everybody, because you can't just write the Super Eagles of Nigeria off, because we know the caliber of players that we have, what they are capable of doing. But if he has a plan that is not showing us, after all, he's been doing some behind closed doors training with the players. Maybe he doesn't want the tactics to be leaked to the press, or the opponents catch the glimpse. But as you have said, it might be a big struggle to qualify from the group.
Let's look at this.
From the group, you mentioned qualifying as in the afternoon.
Whoa, qualifying from the group.
It might be a bit of struggle.
Okay, so
unless there's a turnaround.
I think I understand you. Our recent games have been appalling. From our games in Dubai, from Mozambique to what's the name now? From Mozambique to Saudi Arabia, from Saudi Arabia to Guinea. We played the last time. All of these games have not inspired confidence. But having said that, with the quality we have in our team, let's start with the goalkeeping department. I don't think our goalkeeping department has inspired confidence. Why? Because Uzor, we saw how Uzor can be so funny. In the friendlies when 1 billion Oloruleke was tried, we considered 2 goals. And so goalkeeping departments, we are struggling. What do you think? Or do you think at the end of the day it's still going to be Uzor?
I think there's a way that we can cover that up.
Okay.
If the defenders will just step
So let's
up.
talk about the defenders. Our centre backs. We have what's the name now? Kenneth Omero. We have Semi Ajayi can also play at the out of the defense. Yes, he does that. We also have what's the name? Chidozie Awazim, who can as well play anywhere in the defense. And William Trust-Ekong, who is the assistant captain of the team. However, he's not been invited in recent game up until the Nations Cup proper. And now, I feel like centre back wise, apart from Kenneth Omero, who is being a consistent face in that team, I don't see anyone. Semi Ajayi has been consistent, but he's not been playing regularly for West Bromwich Albion in the championship. When he's playing the last 5 minutes of the game, the last 3 minutes of the game. Apart from Kenneth Omero, I don't see anyone who is capable of playing in the heart of that defense, knowing fully well that the best person to have partnered Omero is William Trust-Ekong, but has not played for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in recent games.
Well, that is where rather we would need Omero to step up, because in 2013, Joseph Yobo carried the whole of defense on his shoulder. I'm not saying that he covered for the for the rest of the players, but mentally he was there for them. I mean, if you have to swear, no, and I'm not. Permit me to say, if you have to disrespect your fellow defender, fellow player, just to get the message passed across to the guy, please do it. I mean, shout, scream at them, say anything that is unpleasant, but at the end of the day, pass the message to them. Omero needs to step up. He is the most senior, apart from Ahmed Musa.
Yeah.
He won the 2013 alongside the Joseph Yobo. I think it was newly introduced.
I'm even trying to remember is it the Lobby Stars or the Shooting Stars defender that at some point was Godfrey Obrabona. In fact, Yobo was on the bench, and the captain was Enyama, but he was giving the moral support from the bench.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So that is what I feel that Omero should do. Step up. I mean, even if you don't play, step up. Do the right thing. Don't say maybe these people are earning more than I'm earning in club football. It doesn't matter. This is national team. If you win a trophy, it will be on your name.
Let's look at some of our fullbacks, and this is where I have my reservation. African football do not thrive on high-flying fullbacks. Our fullbacks are naturally different fullbacks that sit back and at the same time, contain the wings, because this African football is mostly played on the wings. And so, but we have high-flying defenders, Calvin Bassey, Olaino, what's the other guy's name now? The one that plays in Fenerbahce, Bright or Sai Samuel.
Right.
These are high-flying fullbacks. And you wonder, should Pesero limit them to be conservative, or you think you should give them the liberty to be high-flying like we've known them to be, particularly for their club side?
I think if the centre backs can just be, composed,
okay,
the full backs can try to go up, forward and come back. Try to manage their pace. If that is there, the options are there in front, they will have a chance at scoring. And if you also know that the fullbacks are there, and they too have a duty to fall back as soon as the ball, they are being dispossessed of the ball, then maybe we'll be able to cover up the defense. And then the ashiri, the secret of bad goalkeeping.
Will not be exposed.
So let me use the word average goalkeeping.
Goalkeepers
maybe it will not be so
pronounced. Yeah. So here is the thing. I want us to talk about the midfield. I want to talk about the midfield, but then again, I think Pesero has been so consistent with playing Alex Iwobi as a creative midfielder, and we've seen in recent games how we play. Only the Wiz are not available for the tournament, but it looks like Alassane will be playing that position. And Frank Oyeka will probably be supporting him. Oyeka has been there for quite a while in that position as well. But here's the thing, I want to ask this before we move away from the Super Eagles and look at some other teams at the Nations Cup. Who is the best player to partner Osimhen up front? Look, and there's a reason I'm asking this. We've seen how somehow Osimhen has...
Let me just put this out there. Osimhen should be left up front as a lone striker. Let the rest of the midfield players play behind him. That way, they will cover themselves, defensive midfield-wise, creative midfield-wise.
But again, Dari,
attacking midfield-wise, they will cover themselves.
Osimhen is a popular figure.
I know.
Defenders will come from
him.
You isolate him up front. You make him an easy target. For the centre backs of the opposition, you make him an easy target for the opposition in everywhere.
That's why if he's there alone, a lot of expectations will be okay. They'll pass the ball to Osimhen, and at the end of the day,
so Osimhen should be a decoy up front.
Yes, it should be a lone striker, and the rest will just be playing. Of course, the instruction.
I don't want Osimhen and make him a decoy. I will make him so potent up front that making him a decoy.
It's not going to be a decoy. It will be there, and expectation from the by the opponents will be okay to pass the ball to Osimhen and they contain him. Okay. But in the actual sense, when Osimhen is not free, you are free to shoot and go.
Let's look at some.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if this guy is good at converting chances, talking about Iwobi, then we'll have a chance. And then if this one is free, this Iheanacho,
are we even
feeling Michael's is fit?
And I also feel like Ademola Lookman will be a very good use.
These are players
he's a better finisher
behind Osimhen and be doing the creative work. When they see an opening, they shoot.
So with this analysis, Nigeria should go for.
Maybe if Osimhen can just get me as a consultant,
Let's
tactical genius that I am.
I don't want to be so pessimistic. I don't want us to talk about Pesero because I said we said we are going to talk about him, and we've done a base of that. And I just want us to leave it that way. Expectations at the moment, I don't know. Is it me? The expectations of Nigerians for the Super Eagles of Nigeria is just there.
I've not heard anyone say they want Nigeria to go and win the trophy. No, nobody's talking about Nigeria.
Well, they can start talking about them probably when they get out of the
areas that I live. In the area that I live, in my vicinity, nobody's talking. At work, nobody's.
Probably when they get out of the group stage, what do you think?
Just maybe then expectations or focus will be shifted.
Before we take another break, Dari, let's look at some of the teams at the Nations Cup proper. One of them, the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Another team, Egypt, 7 times winner of the African Cup of Nations. And then let's also look at Senegal, the defending champion of the tournament.
I want to pick
then Cameroon.
I want to pick Ghana in my top 3 winners, the potential winners of this tournament.
Portugal?
Ghana.
And Ghana? I don't think so. I think Ghana themselves are having their own issues.
There was something I saw at the World Cup. I saw regret as though they were not well prepared.
Obviously,
and the next one that they play, they're going to get it. That's what I saw.
Octopus Dari. I think I disagree with that. I don't know. I don't know.
Just maybe. I don't know. I don't know what my mind is tilting to.
There are some pertinent questions, important questions I feel we need to ask. Can Mo Salah win the African Nations Cup? Mane has done it. It looks like this is
for Mozambique. At this point, even the Nations Cup winning is possible for Mozambique.
I'm talking about Mo Salah.
You are talking about Egypt.
Yeah.
Mo Salah doesn't play.
No. Egypt. I can't say can Egypt win because.
Are you talking about Nations Cup generally before he retires?
This is probably going to be his last Nations Cup with or probably 2025.
Age now. What's happening?
He's 31 or something. And or probably 20. Okay, let's say 2027. Can he finally leave the trophy? Can Mo Salah finally leave the trophy?
Maybe not this year. I don't know. Maybe this year.
From this tournament.
I don't know. It's open.
So it does not stand a chance of winning the African Cup of Nations.
You want to pick the top 3?
Okay, go ahead.
Morocco number 1.
Okay.
Egypt will be my 3rd. Safe.
I think people are not rating Algeria, probably because their prayers are not everywhere like they used to do.
I haven't picked my 2nd.
Okay.
I only said Morocco number 1. Egypt will not be number 2.
Okay.
Maybe number 3.
Okay.
But if I have to pick number 1 to 5, I'll pick them as number 5.
Okay. So you're number 2.
Number 2, maybe Senegal or that Algeria you mentioned.
Then 3. Okay, you can alternate. For me, I think so. You've done your top 3. I think my top 3. First, I will go for Morocco as well. Second team, I think I will go for the host nation. They are fantastic attacking forward, and people are not looking at them.
It's
they are the host nation as well.
The first round.
And then I will also be looking at. I would have set Senegal in number 2. However, Senegal have also have their own injury crisis, and then. Mane just got married. You know the way now. Our if they look say, make I go out, my woman their house, make we don't win this thing before. I don't know. So, and by the way, I feel Mane these days is reserved after winning the Nations Cup. Like I've achieved a lot with the team. It's reserved and it's moved to Saudi Arabia as well.
Some things have changed about Mane. He now plays big man football. That's what I think. I think the way he thinks now is. Not the hungry type of
I think I agree with this. Traffic update, still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Present situation from Shomolu. Traffic subsided from Marisala way down to the flyover towards bouncing roundabout and route Ido. Looking good from Ido Mainland Hotel to Oyingbo Market, Total Station Street, Akpino Cemetery, connecting Adekunle intersections. Officers physically positioned, doing the needful, and impediments still negative. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Traffic update from Airport Road axis. Vehicular movement from 7 and 8 inward, Osolo way down to Asha Fario intersection is moving fine. Inward, Aswanis looking good. Movement from Aswanis to Dare-Ogun is a steady moving traffic, and to connect 7 and 8 is a steady moving traffic as well. Akwakunyi Ward International Airport down to Nako is in good shape, while movement from Nako to 7 and 8 in Ward Oshodi is good to go at the main carriageway, but the steady moving traffic at the service lane inward at Ajao Estate Gate to Jesus House. Movement from Dare-Ogun to section to Jesus House is appreciable, but the slow and steady moving traffic from Eleganza en route Ajibade, Babatola and Keno. A movement from Keno to Adejunwon Tennis Club is encouraging, and yes, but steady moving traffic to connect NNPC road. From Mbostic inward journey, Keno is good, but slow at Keno roundabout due to alternation. Good movement from towards Alaji Lukman Ato Bajon swimming pool and Ulandia way down to Eleganza. But steady moving traffic to connect Jesus House inward journey Asolo way. Impediment is also negative. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Between Newcastle and Manchester City, but first let's go to the big screen, the live camera update, and see what is happening on the road. Yes, Ifakot-Bagada, steady movements in and out of Ifakot-Bagada at this point. I mean, high influx of vehicles, but there is steady movement along the axis. And Bagada phase 2 now. That's talking about Sunday Ogunyade is good. However, the return journey is also on the high side. Steady movement, however, high influx of vehicles on that part of the road. Let's see, New Garage bus stop approaching Maryland is free. Return journey is also on the high side. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Yes, let's also see what is happening from the live camera update. Obafemi Awolowo Way is in good shape going towards Allen Junction. Except the slowdown at the traffic light alternation. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Let's go back to football. Let's go back to talking European football. Yes, one of those games, Chelsea against Fulham, ended 1 in favor of Chelsea. Dare-Ogun with the goal from the center spot. Chelsea these days looks like a team that win 1 and then go back to reset button.
Yeah, they win 1, lose 3. That's the thing. Well, even the Chelsea fans are not always looking forward to Chelsea.
Even when they win, I mean, you don't feel the excitement like, yes, we are back.
The position that they jump to, you know, when they jump a position, they go back to 3 positions behind. That's the thing. Chelsea fans not anticipating of any of the
Newcastle, Manchester City still going on goalless. Looks like a game that Newcastle will hold Manchester City. However,
what time is it?
24 minutes of football. But hey, it's still too early to call.
Erling Haaland still unfit to play, so they're struggling in front. I don't know why it has to be. Without Erling Haaland, you should be able to convert your chances. So I'm thinking fatigue is setting in.
De Bruyne is back?
De Bruyne is back, yes. But without De Bruyne, they've been winning. De Bruyne didn't play most of the games last season, but then...
Or do you mean at the latter part of this year and last year?
How many games did he play last season?
De Bruyne could only miss the final of the Champions League. He was injured and came back and he was fully fit.
Injured for how long last season?
Well, you can't say he didn't play much.
So he didn't play most of. I didn't say most of the games he didn't play.
Okay. So let's move away from that. But I don't think De Bruyne was prime in the team.
So what I'm saying basically is you have Bernardo Silva, you have Phil Foden, you have players that can give you.
Well, but none of these guys can fill the void of the De Bruyne.
Seems like they are tired now. maybe they need to go on a holiday. Don't know.
Holiday at this time of the season.
Just to go for
Are they high? Why are they getting paid
Just to
millions?
go and do massage.
Now let's talk about the biggest game in Spain, but it's taking place in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
that
the
is
Super
Real
Cup.
Madrid against Barcelona. Real Madrid did it all the time, 5-3. Barcelona, passed through the high of the needle. And then they also won. Real Madrid defeated Atletico Madrid, by the way. Do you see Barcelona? Pulling the chestnut out of the fire. I'm saying, do you see Barcelona? Because Barcelona these days don't look like a match for Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid dispatched them their last encounter.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a repeat of the last results between the two sides. Madrid are a better team right now. So I think they'll go in there and come out victorious.
Darren, I want to ask this question. And I don't know. Liverpool at this point in time, they look so balanced. However, you feel that they need one or two players in that team to give them the push towards the title. One or two players you think Liverpool needs to bring into that team to make
A midfielder that is crazy.
I think they miss Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, so they need a midfielder in form of Xabi Alonso.
Okay.
Yes, that can still shoot and be a threat to the opponents.
But you guys
so
just
that
have
way we have.
in the Manchester City just scored.
See, so well, but it's not
26 minutes of football.
It's not over yet. It could still be a 1-1 at the end of the day.
Thank you, Dare, for being a part of this show. It's nice doing this with you. I think it's our first show together on Sportland in 2024.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, it's first show together in 2024.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Thank you very much. Much
So
of this
officially to our listeners, Happy New Year to them.
Happy New Year to you guys. Yes, thank you very much for 2023. 2024, we promise bigger and better show on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1.